Hi everyone, Alchemist here. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for your support, for your subscriptions, for your likes. I truly appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Today is a tarot reading about one of your past lives. I'm going to channel a past life for you and see what spirit wants you to know about your past life. I want to remind you here that past lives, they don't define you, they don't represent who you are right now, but they do help you know where do you come from, what are your roots, and they can help you learn from previous mistakes you have done so you don't repeat the cycles over and over and over. Remember that you're always reborn, every second, every minute. You're a new person. So whatever happens the hour before, the day before, or the past life before doesn't define you. It doesn't represent you. As long as you're always willing to transform at any given moment. So I'm going to use this beautiful tarot deck to channel the past life for you. Who were you in your past life? And what can you learn from that? How can it help you in this current reincarnation? Let's get right to it. Rasunzis kalorifis if iqmas sondrech kaluqin qasef iqrasen kalus kerekentus kimach rish kanzus if elerech zondr imasuch arren karros ik shansichref zandros kimachen. Okay, wow, the first card I picked, the Tower card, an upright. Wow. And look at this Tower card here, by the way. Look at this. All right. Let's see what else do we have here. So, let's decipher the message that we have here. Tower card as the first card that showed up. So these are the cards that I have here. We had the Tower card upright, the first one, followed by the Six of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Swords reversed as well. But look at the depiction here. This is a life where things, I mean, the Tower says it all, but this was not a very pleasant life, but it had to be there. This life was, what I'm hearing from Spirit is that this life was necessary for you to end the cycle, to not repeat it anymore. So you can actually, the reason why you're watching this in this current reincarnation and you're peaceful in your bedroom or house or wherever you are watching this and being okay with life and being grateful, and you're having a somewhat peaceful life. The reason why is because you decided to end something very cynical and very very dramatic and challenging. You decided to end it in this lifetime, in this, let's call it the Tower lifetime. And it was a lifetime that has, look, even here, the Six of Pentacles, look at the depiction of, these are boats, and in the water there's like corpses. You see the corpses in the water? The first thing that came to me here is war. This was a lifetime where there was a lot of war. You had to deal with so much war. And you were born in a war zone, and you lived your whole life in the war. And you were part of the war. That's why we have the corpses here in the water with these warships, and they do look like warships in a way. But it happened in a dimension that's kind of similar to Earth. It's not Earth, but it's similar to Earth. It's a dimension that somewhat reflects Earth, but it's worse, if you will. Yes, worse than Earth. So there was a lot of war, The entities there, they're somewhat human looking, but much stronger and much more powerful. So they kind of, you can still associate them with humans, but they're much stronger physically, but also from an academic standpoint. They're much smarter, they're much brighter, and they're very advanced as well. Not technologically speaking, but advanced in their own way. But you were one of these entities, and your whole life was spent in war because the many parties were clashing with each other. There was a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of lives were gone during this lifetime. And here we have the Sun card. But the Sun card here, you see how it's eclipsed by the moon or by another planet. As in, like, sunny days were very few. There wasn't much sunny days. There was a lot of dark days, and like things were just challenging. That's what I'm hearing. Things were very challenging, and you had to execute certain orders that you were never agreeing with, that you were not pleased with, but you had to do them. It was part of your mission. And in this dimension, what I'm hearing, loyalty is incredibly important. Loyalty is everything. So when you're born into a certain group, you being loyal to them is something that's not just fundamental, but you being disloyal is out of the question. It's like people don't even imagine that. It's not even part of their DNA to think with free will. They have less free will. It's kind of hard for them to even think that they can disobey orders, or that they can or that they can go against their group. Like, for example, for humans, we have free will and we have this kind of liberty of thinking, and people can decide maybe the group I belong to is doing something bad and they shouldn't be doing it. But in this dimension, in this past life, that didn't even exist. Even the makeup of your DNA didn't allow you to have that much free will. So it was that part of the DNA was locked. So if you're part of a group, you just execute the orders. That's it. But something within you, because you were awakening or trying to get out of their matrix, so something within you was not feeling good. So that's why you were always feeling this kind of anxiety, but you had to execute the orders, you had to do them, and you had to go to war to serve the people you were, the higher-ups. And here again, look at this. This is the King of Swords, the King of Swords again. And swords, where are they used? In battles, in war. These are the masters you were serving. This is the representation of the people you were working for. And they were ruthless, they were very aggressive, they were tyrants, and all of them. Like, this is a dimension that's kind of a little bit terrifying, and it's full of like strong beings and strong entities. And again, many of them are humanoids and they look like humans, but you can't compare it with humans. Humans are like they're like fluffy rabbits compared to these entities. But you lived there and you went through it, and you just had to finish this cycle, because I'm hearing from Spirit you actually reincarnated there a few times. Not so many times, but a few times. And you were so tired of it. And after this last reincarnation, you just decided that you're done and that you don't want to go back there anymore. You learned from that pain, from that struggle, from the fact that you didn't have much free will, and you finished the cycle of that dimension, and you're not gonna ever go there again. Again, look, justice. Look. So you were, to you in that dimension, you were serving justice. Your thought is that You were serving your group, you were serving justice, you were doing the right thing. For you, it was all about justice. But justice is not always black and white, it's gray. Because in war, the parties usually think that they're doing the right thing. And this is something that not many people know. Every party in the war think that they are doing the best thing for their people. But from the outer perspective, that party, for example, that group looks like the enemy, right? Because we think they're doing a bad thing. But if you're one of them, they think that you're the enemy and that they're doing the right thing. So it's hard to find justice. Justice is a gray area, and that's why we still have wars on Earth. That's why we have a lot of killings and a lot of wars, because everyone thinks they're doing the right thing, and everyone thinks that the other side is the enemy, and everyone thinks like that about each different group, which creates clashes, wars, misunderstandings, and it's always like, I'm doing the right thing, because of egos as well, because of the human egos. I'm doing the right thing, therefore I'm the one who's right and you're wrong, and so you must be the enemy. This dimension taught you that because you've been through it, and it's the reason why you went there. So when you come to Earth, you actually tell other humans that's not how it is. You can teach humans that compassion and understanding each other and loving each other and finding a common ground is what's necessary. Not just believing with ego and with ignorance that my side is the only side and there's nothing else. And if you're not on my side, you're the enemy, and therefore I'm going to go to war with you. So you came here in this reincarnation to teach what you have learned in that past life, to teach it to humanity in this lifetime, in order to gain peace, real peace, and to just open people's minds to new perspectives about hate, war, killing each other, because you've been through the worst. So when you see it, I think for those of you who are watching this, if you see this, read it, and you feel like what humans are going through in terms of wars and clashing with each other is so ridiculous. If you feel that and it doesn't make sense to you, it's because you've been through worse in this lifetime. It's because in this lifetime you've seen worse, and you know it's not worth it. You know it's stupid, it's dumb, you know it's not necessary, and you know it's not the key to ascension and spiritual growth in general. And here we have Hagenti, or the Four of Cups. This is a representation of you, actually. Earlier, this was the representation of the people who you were serving. This was the energy, their energy. Here, and even here, like they're having these bowls. It's like the bowls are serving them. And here, this is your energy. You are the bowl who's serving them. But you're very powerful. It's like the Minotaur energy. You're very powerful. You're just executing orders. You're making sure that whatever you're told, you do it regardless. So you were very powerful. You were very strong. And in this dimension, people had gifts and abilities as well, magical gifts and abilities. So magic was used in wars as well, like using the elements for war, which is a very bad thing, like fire, water, earth, and air. So the elements were used as well, but it was not a good thing at all. So again, I mentioned earlier how you can use, that you came back in this lifetime to teach humans that war is not the answer, because you've been through it and you know exactly what it is and how messy and bad it is for the soul. And what else do we have? So another reason why you came here in this lifetime, here we got the Three of Swords reversed, is to teach humans that destruction and killing is not the answer. This is not how things should be settled. The Three of Swords reversed. And here I want to show the bottom of the deck, which is the Star card. Here. But reversed. You're here to tell humans that if they keep going this way, because you've been through this, if they keep going this way, there's no ascension, there's no star, there's no going to the stars. That's not going to happen. So you came here to tell the world, stop destruction, stop killing, stop hating, otherwise there's no ascension, there's no moving forward, there's no growth. There's no connecting and reuniting with spirit. It's not going to happen if you keep doing what you're doing. You came here literally to be a teacher. To be a teacher for humans about this madness, about these wars and these killings that they're doing to each other. That's what I'm hearing from spirit. And here we have the Five of Cups. Look at this depiction. Look how beautiful this entity is. The Five of Cups, spirit is saying you came here because your past life caused you a lot of agony and a lot of pain to your soul, to your spirit. And you don't want this for humans. You don't want this for humans. You have established a life here. You have a lot of people that you love here who are human beings, and you're a human being yourself, and you don't want this for them. And that's why you came back here to share your experience and to tell humans that what you're doing is only going to give you more suffering. Enough suffering. There's already so much suffering happening. So enough of it, because this path is just going to give you more and more suffering. And one last card. We have the Nine of Cups. So you came here to spread love, happiness, joy, compassion, empathy, all of the beautiful emotions that you know are necessary for ascension, connecting to spirit, for harmony, balance, all of the beautiful things. So your mission is very noble, it's very beautiful, it's very powerful. And the reason why you're the only one who can do this is because what you have been through before, this justice thing, this tower thing, is humans can't even imagine what you've been through. Because a lot of humans were not reincarnated in this plane, so they don't understand the gravity of the situation. They don't get it. But you do. And because you do, because you have been through it, because it was one of the hardest things and one of the toughest lives you've lived, because you understand it, you came here to teach the world about love, happiness, compassion, finding a common ground, agreeing to disagree. It's okay. Not hating each other, loving each other, and just helping each other, connecting to spirit, and growing spiritually and ascending. You came here to teach humans about this. You came here to tell humans it's not about war, killing, and hatred. Enough of the suffering. Enough of it. There's too much suffering, and enough is enough. And I'm called to stop. And that's the past life you've had. And that's why you came here again in this lifetime. So I wish you good luck with fulfilling your amazing, noble purpose. It's beautiful. Your soul is very necessary in this day and age. And I thank you for doing this. And I hope this reading resonates. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. And I'll see you in the next reading. Asurch Izramon Shich Resen Kundrach ila Resef Shonze Shonjes Isafun Shamroch Resif Aron Zichrashes Sikalen.